Hello, my name is Hera Walkholder, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor at the Bougainvilla House. Lately, the biggest thing that's on everyone's mind is about vaping and e-cigarettes. We go into schools many times throughout the year to speak to middle schoolers and high schoolers about the effects of vaping. Now, it started out as a way for adults to stop using traditional cigarettes. Unfortunately, it's now become the newest gateway drug that leads a lot of children and teens down a path that is not healthy. So let's start off with what vaping is not. Vaping is not water vapor. A lot of people thought it was just very simple, just water vapor and flavoring, but that is not the case. Most vapes have 42 different toxic chemicals within them, not including nicotine. They have such things as formaldehyde, which is used to preserve dead bodies, to cadmium, which is used for car batteries. Now the issue is that all of this is going into your system more like an aerosol can. So it's heating up this liquid and it's going through your body. So we know a lot of the health risks, but as time goes on, we're going to know a lot more. For starters, I can tell you right now, many children and teens did not have trouble breathing prior to vaping. We have a lot of children and teens that are coming to us with chest problems, with difficulty breathing, shortness of breath, irritability, trouble focusing on their school activities and their homework because they're more focused on how to get their next fix. Now, vaping, like many other drugs, does not discriminate. We have children and teens coming to us from all walks of life. We have kids that are on the A honor roll, that are athletes, that are doing amazing things, and yet they have also become addicted to the nicotine within vaping. But even if we got rid of the nicotine piece, we still have all of those 42 different toxic chemicals to think about, with about half of them actually hit us through secondhand smoke. So let's say you are not a child or teen that is vaping, but your best friend is. You're breathing in at least half of those 42 toxic chemicals day in and day out. It's almost like when you're driving next to one of those big trucks that release a lot of exhaust into the environment around it. That's what's happening within ourselves. And we're breathing all of this in and it becomes very toxic to us. So let me backpedal for a minute and discuss some of the other concerns we have. We have the issue of the consequences at school. A lot of schools are cracking down and they're taking this very seriously. You could be suspended or even expelled from your school. They usually will send you to an alternate school until you're able to receive the necessary services to get up and running, but they are taking this very seriously. And so are parents. Parents need to step up though. If you're feeling that there's something off with your child, there's nothing wrong with testing them. There are drug tests to test for nicotine, and we're able to see what's going on. If we wait too long, we already have an addiction on our hands. So let's look at it while it's in the preventative stages. Before we even get to misuse or abuse, let's look at going all the way back to when children are younger and talking to them about the concerns with vaping, of using any type of drug. Majority of children and teens that are picking up a vape are a lot more likely to start turning to marijuana, and it's become apparent in the THC cartridges that are being added to their vapes. So children and teens are actually utilizing marijuana and these vapes on campus. They're going to school already using a substance. So this is affecting not only their well-being, it's affecting their future, if they're able to get a job when they've been suspended from school, if they're able to maintain a job when they're addicted to a substance, and it's a vicious cycle that continues. A lot of children pick up these bad habits from their peers and also from their first society, which is their family. Some kids and teens are walking up to a kitchen counter and picking up what they didn't realize was a vape, and they're using it. Other kids and teens are ordering these vapes online off of, websites. They're going right into a gas station and picking them up as well. So it's really important to set some very strong boundaries and rules and enforcing them consistently. I also highly recommend that we are teaching not only our teens about these concerns, but even children as young as in third grade need to start understanding the consequences for utilizing these substances. So let's talk about the misinformation that's circulating about vaping. One in particular, I've been asked this many times by students, is that they've heard from various places, various sources, that if you vape during the week, that you're a lot less likely to be affected by whatever's in the vape as opposed to on weekends. And that explains why they're vaping on school days more often than on weekends. Again, that is not true. But the most important thing is to know your sources. Going to ilovevaping.com is not a valid source. Making sure that we are informed, especially the parents, that we are more informed so that the next time a child or teen approaches you with, hey, can I buy what looks like a USB drive or a pen, is actually a vape. It was a lot easier when vapes first came out to be able to tell that, okay, they had the mods, which were pretty wide, and you can tell what they were and the smoke would come out. But they're creating a whole entire set of clothing and backpacks to mask the vaping that's happening in a given day. You know, and again, with all these different flavors like Fruity Pebbles, you know that the market that they're trying to reach is not adults. So it's really important that both the adult side and the kids and teens are well informed about not only the risks and the consequences, both with health, with legal issues, but are just aware in general of what's really going on and to be educated about the situation. What I highly recommend is that parents reach out to professional guidance for this particular topic, and that you aren't trying to utilize these tools alone. You know, when we know that a child is struggling or a teen is struggling with misuse of vaping, even using it a couple of times, it's really crucial to address it before it becomes a habit, before it becomes a problem, and to make sure it's being addressed with the proper treatment. Speaking with a therapist, speaking with someone that is able to provide that information and provide it consistently, going to counseling every week, and being drug tested to be held accountable are very important pieces to this.